So ano naman kung napanood ko na yung video mo? Sasabihin mo, hindi na naman ako yung target market. Wala naman ako pera pambili. But itong phone na ito, napapakita ko sa inyo, ang hirap hindi i-recommend. Dahil itong phone na ito, meron siyang Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, LTPO na AMOLED display, 50MP na Sony Leica T808 na camera sensor, 5,400 mAh na battery, and supporting up to 100 watts of fast charging and 50 watts of wireless. Interested to know more? Don't go away after this quick intro. So guys, itong Realme GT5 Pro na may 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage at ng base variant for 33,500 pesos. I'll be linking on the description box below. Napag-usapan natin ang kanyang design. This design looks very familiar. If you're a follower ng Huawei na phones, this looks almost exactly like the Huawei Mate 50 Pro. I'm not quite sure kung merong agreement between BBK and si Huawei to let them copy yung kanyang design, but this design looks very uninspired, very simple, and parang kinopya, sinerox, or pinotocopy lang kanyang design and put it here. It's just like a student na nagmamadali mag-submit ng kanyang project, copy, paste, submit to teacher, yun na, tapos na. Very uninspired ang kanyang design for me. Lalo na nung nilagay na dito ang Realme logo, looks even more awkward for me. I'd rather dito niya ilagay. Pati kanyang camera module looks almost exactly like the Mate 50 Pro. And hindi ganun kanipis ang kanyang camera bump, but I'll tell you later dahil ang daming Sony IMX na sensors dito sa loob. Ang likod nito is full leather finish at the very least. Meron siyang IR blaster dito and seems like everybody's copying from Xiaomi. And kung pinansin mo siya mabuti, ang kanyang bezel is not the thinnest that I've seen on a flagship phone. Even ang kanyang camera bump is not the smallest. Now, itong phone na ito has side aluminum frames na medyo shiny, which based sa akin experience, ang daming fingerprint smudges dito. But it looks good kasi mukhang chrome. Now, i-address ko muna itong issue na to na probably you might be asking me, is this phone region lock? Yes, naka-region lock siya, pero nung binili ko to, pina-region unlock ko na siya. So, anywhere across the globe, wala kang problema with this phone. And right now, naka 5G signal ako on smart communication. So, let's make a quick call. Tingnan natin kung gagana nga ba siya.
Calling us at Smart.
So, I hope na-convince ka. Walang problema to. I've been using this for 2 weeks using Globe and Smart. Walang problema. For calls and texts, okay na okay siya. Now, the phone na ito is packed with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the best that Qualcomm can offer, and it also has a LPDDR5 na RAM and UFS 4.0 na storage. And nakakuha siya ng 1.86 million points dito sa Antutu benchmark. And kung gusto mo makita ka ng breakdown score, here it is. 4,531 ang kanyang best loop score dito sa Wildlife Extreme, pero just 60% ang kanyang stability. Ito nakuha ko sa Geekbench sa CPU benchmarking, and ito naman nakuha ko sa GPU benchmarking. Not looking very good dito sa thermal throttling niya, but it was able to throttle to 73% ng kanyang max performance, which makikita naman natin later pag nag-gaming na tayo. Now, itong phone na ito has a very nice display. 6.78-inch na LTPO AMOLED display. It can display up to 1 billion colors, 144Hz screen refresh rate, HDR10+, Dolby Vision support, and 4,500 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness. Now, if you're the type of person na laging outdoors and under the direct sunlight, wala kang magiging problema dito sa phone na ito. And if you're the type of person na mahilig mag-browse sa social media, this one is simply just perfect for you. Even more than enough kasi scrolling on social media dito is definitely smooth and fast kasi 144Hz ang binibigay na sa'yo. And kung ang hiling mo is mag-binge watch sa mga videos and movies sa Netflix and sa YouTube, huwag kang mag-alala, itong phone na ito can give you a very nice display. Dahil ang kanyang display is probably one of the top-notch na na-try ko on a flagship level phone. Now, but there's one thing na kailangan ko sabihin sa inyo, itong phone na ito only has a level 3 na wideband security level. Kung mahilig ka sa HD content, I think medyo madidismaya ka dito sa phone na ito. Now, pagdating sa battery, itong phone na ito has 5,400 mAh of battery, can support up to 100 watts of fast charging, and 50 watts na wireless charging. So charging from 0 to 100 takes you roughly mga 30 minutes to complete the charging cycle. And to make it even sweeter, makunat ang kanyang battery dahil kaya na magbigay siya ng 18 hours and 7 minutes na screen on time based sa aking testing dito sa PC Mark na battery stress test. This is tested under 50% brightness and 60Hz na screen refresh rate. So on day-to-day usage, the phone na ito would last you through the whole day without any problem on normal usage. Now, pagdating naman sa gaming dito sa phone na ito, I tested 4 games dito. And starting off with Tower Fantasy, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, and Farlight 84. Here are the best graphic settings na kaya natin i-set. And pansin ko naman sa Call of Duty Mobile and sa Farlight 84, you would really get a nice experience dito sa phone na ito. Halos wala ka naman feel na lags and frame drops along the way kasi Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 na to eh. And the gaming experience is definitely smooth like any other flagship phones na may Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Na pagdating naman sa Tower Fantasy and Genshin Impact, itong dalawang game na to is medyo mas graphical intense. It was also giving me a nice experience dito sa phone na ito. And to my surprise, I was expecting si Genshin Impact might lag a little bit kasi medyo umiinit na siya. But hindi naman. Umiinit siya up to around mga 49 to 50 degrees Celsius based sa akin mild na thermal scanner, but hindi naman siya naglag. So tuloy-tuloy lang gaming for 1 whole hour, walang problema on this phone. But if you want to cool it down faster, I suggest bumili kayo ng game cooler like the FlyDigi B6. Now, ang kanyang camera sensor, probably it's more of the surprise dito sa phone na ito dahil ginampak ni Realme lahat ng Sony lenses na kaya niya ilagay dito sa kanyang camera module. And let's start off with the main camera sensor. It's a 50MP na Sony Leica T808 na sensor with a aperture of 1.69. Meron tong OIS, so definitely ba stable. Then meron siya 8MP na ultra-wide lens na may Sony IMX355. And ang kanyang telephoto lens is a 50MP na Sony IMX890 na may OIS plus 2.7 times optical zoom. Kaya na mag-shoot up to 8K and 24fps. And ang kanyang harap is a 32MP na main camera sensor which is also equipped with a Sony IMX615 na sensor. So lahat yan, Sony IMX na sensor. So doon ako nabili dito sa phone na ito. And ang best resolution na pwede mo makuha sa kanyang front-facing camera is a 4K and 30fps na resolution. So let's start off with some shots from the outdoor. So I would say na when you're trying to get some plan shot dito using this camera, maganda, mabilis siya mag-focus and yung kanyang mga background blur is definitely good. Makikita mo talaga yung separation from the subject and the background. Ang ganda. If you're trying to take a walk on outdoors, you'd see na yung mga plants dito on outdoors are really nice. And makita mo mga puno dito, no? Mga leaves niya is very sharp pa rin mga photos. Even this is just a random point and shoot. On other occasion like this, random point and shoot, you'd see talagang maganda ang focusing netong camera ni Realme GT5 Pro. And even though na medyo gloomy dito sa circle, no, dito sa MOA Arena, kita mo mga mesh niya, no? Kitang-kita pa rin, even though that this is just a quick snap while walking around the circle. And it's really nice yung kanyang bilis ng pag-shutter. And you'll be really amazed with the range nitong camera niya on outdoor shot. Taking some really dynamic shot dito, you'd see itong mga signboard dito, ang clear pa rin lahat, even though na, yung focus ko, no, is somewhere dito ko finocus, no. But makita mo mga signage dito, lahat okay na okay pa rin, kitang-kita pa rin. And of course, playing with the ultra-wide angle shot, ito makukuha mo. This is 1x zoom, 2x zoom, 3x zoom, and 6x zoom. You'll see na parang medyo mas darker and gloomier dito sa 6x zoom niya as opposed to 3x zoom niya. And itong ano, no, medyo makita mo grainy na siya, hindi na ganun kalinaw. But if kung hindi mo naman siya zoom, you'd see parang okay pa naman itong picture na ito. And looking on a 3x zoom shot and a 2x zoom shot, makita mo yung cloud niya daw, iba yung color, mas darker sa 3 and mas lighter dito sa 2. Mas hawig pa ni 2 tsaka si 1 yung color ng sky. And well, medyo a little bit bluish kunti pagdating sa ultra-wide shot. And of course, there's a lot of shot na gusto ko i-share din sa inyo. But of course, hindi ko kaya i-share dito lahat sa video na ito. Do follow me on my Facebook page at gadgetsidekick para makita mo mga pictures na i-share ko from my Realme GT5 Pro. Now, playing on some indoor low light condition, you'd see, ang ganda na pagka-reproduce itong photo na ito. Kinuhaan ko lang itong ilaw na ito and it really looks nice. And of course, some of the shot indoor, you'd see na yung 1x zoom na and yung 2x zoom, medyo iba ang kanyang color. Medyo mas warmer kunti ang 2x zoom shot as opposed dun sa kanyang 1x zoom. So if you're walking dito sa indoors, you'd try to to get some really nice shots dito. And of course, trying to play with the ultra-wide lens dito sa indoors. This is how it looks like. You see 1 times, 2 times, 3 times, and 6 times zoom. Now, of course, one of my favorite is to try to get some food shot, and kita natin yung pagka-focus na dito, kitang-kita yung mga perfection dito sa cake na ito. And really looks nice na pag once na zoom in mo, you'd be really mesmerized with yung kanyang details dito. As well as itong Sylvanas niya na maraming nuts na nakatadtad dito. No? Pag zoom in mo, ang ganda ng mga parang crystals yung mga nuts na dito. Looks really nice and yummy. Now, taking a look at some of the other indoor shots, just scrolling around, makita nito, ipopost natin to sa aking Facebook page. Now, on some apparel shot, you'd see na yung mga pag-zoom in mo, you'd see a lot of details sa mga apparels, no? And it really looks nice if you are somebody who likes to take some photography ng mga products. This is definitely a good camera to start with. Now, trying the selfie camera on outdoors, I'd say okay, but there are times na pag medyo gloomy, hindi siya ganun ka-sharp ang aking mukha pag pinansinin ko. And on some good lighting condition, you'd see some really nice shot from the front-facing camera. Now, on indoor condition, you'd really see some background separation. Magandang bokeh shot. And this one is probably one of those na maganda nakuha ko dito sa camera na ito. But there are times na medyo mag-overexpose kunti dahil sa sunlight. But it's just siguro maghanap lang kayo ng tamang angle to get a pretty nice and decent shot. This is probably another one of those bokeh shot na maganda na nakuha ko. And this is just a normal shot. So, more outdoor shot from beside the bay. This is how it looks like. And of course, trying the front-facing camera, you'd see very stable and maganda ka ng camera for taking videos. This is probably one of those na you'd really appreciate yung ganda ng camera niya. Now, if you're trying to take a video using the 4K and 60 na capability na dito, ang ganda ng range niya, no? You'd see smooth na smooth, magandang kanyang stabilization dito sa camera. And definitely, this is one good camera if you're using it for vlogging. And this is how it looks like naman when you're trying to take some videos indoor using 4K and 60. And by the way, guys, itong camera niya can shoot up to 8K and 24 FPS. Napanood ko na yung video, and so what kung hindi ikaw ang target market? It doesn't mean na wala kang pera pambili. It's such a shame na hindi dinadala ni Realme ang mga good phones like this one here in the Philippines. Like sabi nga ng isang sikat na tech vlogger na hindi ikaw ang target market niya. Doesn't mean na this phone is overpriced. This is an easy pick for me over the Oppo Reno 11 Pro. Dahil this one has the best processor, it has better camera sensors, and ang experience dito is definitely way better than the Oppo Reno 11 Pro. Ang kanilang presyo is just around 1,000 to 1,500 pesos difference. This is definitely a easy pick over the Reno 11 Pro 5G. So with specs like this so good, it's hard not to recommend a phone like this. So if you want to know kung saan nyo pwede mabili ito, I'll be linking on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends. And a subscription to this channel would definitely be appreciated. I'll see you soon. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.